Hey everybody, it's OkRPGuy here. We are going into our second week of Stars Without Numbers Zodiac. I am here with my buddy Colin. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Just got done putting some new tires on my road bike. Got a big ride coming up this weekend with my dad and my sister here in Memphis.
Oh yeah?
Um, Doing 64 miles. It's really not that much compared to what I could be doing this weekend, but it's all right. Last weekend went down to.
64 miles sounds like a fucking long ass ride to me.
I mean, it's 100 kilometers. Uh, Fancy. Some people in the circles call it a metric century. So, you know, it is what it is.
A
Uh,
metric century.
yeah,
You
yeah,
classy
yeah.
bike riding folk.
You know, we're ahead of the curve. And
You need to mute that shit. Anyway.
oh yeah. Um, oh wow, that's funny. So yeah, last weekend I spent the weekend in Huntsville, Alabama playing some rugby. Did pretty good there at that tournament. We won both games that we played, scored a total of a lot of points, only had a little point scored on us. Uh, One of my teammates fractured his jaw in 7 places. Pretty gnarly. So,
Wow. Okay.
Van Dyne, best of luck. Speed of recovery.
Okay, so before we get right on into this, there was a couple things that I wanted to go over for clarification between last episode and this episode. First of which is going to be, since you made hanky panky with Elizabeth, I am going to roll a Constitution saving throw for her, and you are going to roll a Constitution saving throw for you. I believe technically it fits under the category of physical saving throw, and we will see how that goes.
So, this is dangerous.
Um, I'm gonna give you a bonus of no, no, we're not going to make it a physical saving throw. We're just going to have you roll a d20 and we're going to see what happens. Okay. Okay. Um, double check. You can't see my roll, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay. So you're going to have to watch the VOD to find out what I rolled, to find out whether or not she's preggers or not, which you won't even know because I'm not going to tell you exactly how the system works. So we've taken care of that, and that's how we'll do that from now on.
I mean, I have to watch my own. What? I don't want to watch my own stream. That's weird.
Yeah, no, it is. Anyway, that's what we'll do from now on. Is I will set up a mental ruling in my head on what is preggers and what is not preggers, and it will be a correlation between the two numbers.
I really hope you wrote it down. That way you
I,
remember what you had.
it's in my notes. Second thing we're going to clarify is, as far as NPCs go, last game we ran it as their hit dice is what mattered, not their number of hit points. And you were just trying to kill their hit dice based on the extended rules in the Stellar Heroes book. I have since retconned that. It will be they have hit points. You will deal normal hit point damage to them. Additional damage that goes on through the max they have will transfer to the next character, because that's another one of the Interstellar Heroes rules. Um, so that's how that's going to work. And once again, I will know those numbers, but you won't. Okay. We'll do this third part I have here in just a second. But we've recapped a little bit already, but why don't you go ahead and give us a full recap of everything that happened last week?
That would require me to read things and stuff.
You should remember it all.
Okay, whatever. Last week I made some old friends, knocked out a robot dog, couple robot dogs, caught a robot dog, almost killed a guy, had sex with a millionaire.
Okay.
I think that's last week in a nutshell.
That pretty much is last week in a nutshell. Give me just 1 second. My brother's dog is freaking out. I need to at least stick my head around the corner. So, You know? Go ahead and describe stuff and shit. I don't know. I don't really care what you say. Just say things for a minute, and I'll be right back.
I hope you muted me. There once was an old man in a shoe. He did shoe things. Like tied his shoes, cleaned his shoes, wore his shoes.
Okay, Colin. The dog seems to be freaking out for no reason.
It's a dog. What do you expect?
Yeah, well, I had to go check because I'm all the way upstairs. Sorry, everybody, about that interruption. Okay. So, awesome. I just ripped that piece of paper in half.
Holy shit, we have 5 total views.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go back and watch whatever you just said because I don't know what it was. Probably was a lot of yammering.
uh,
Okay.
the most awkward 3 minutes of your life. Almost as awkward as that one time. Remember?
Yeah, that one
First
time.
time.
Yeah, that time. I, I
Mhm.
I don't really remember at this point. I blocked that tragic memory. Anyway, we're gonna we're gonna give the internet terrible ideas, and then they're just gonna like harp on it. But anyway, okay.
See if we ever get more than 6 views, which 2 of them were me, and I'm pretty sure one of them was at least one of them were you.
Probably. That's okay. Anyway, um, so where we last left off, you had gone to bed with Lady Elizabeth.
Who said we went to her bed?
Oh,
Ow.
this is why we fade to black. I don't want to have to do details between us because I'm not flirting with you. Anyway, um, you wake up in the morning
Feeling like P. Diddy.
to a ringing on your or your compad.
That's what that noise was you heard earlier.
Yeah, it was just a little early. You gotta pick it up.
Yep.
You look at the number and you realize it's the salvage yard that has the Zodiac in for repairs. And as you answer, you hear this gruff voice, hey, we got your ship done. Come by, pick it up, we'll work out your payments when you get here.
Hell yeah.
And at this point, Elizabeth rolls over a little bit and she's like, come back to bed. There's all day to do things.
Aye, but the time is now to seize the day. And I'm just gonna jump out of bed and put my clothes on very hastily.
Okay.
Thanks for the credits.
I'll call you later.
Okay.
As you walk out the door. Um, so what are you going to do? You have narrowly escaped. Well, never really narrowly escaped. You escaped Elizabeth's house.
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna go track down her butler and ask him for a ride.
You will walk into the kitchen area, and he's in there currently fixing coffee and such for breakfast.
I'm gonna ask him for a beer and a ride.
Sir, don't you believe it's a little early for a beer?
And then like I did, you need to get going as soon as possible.
And as far as a ride goes, I'm sure my employer paid you plenty for whatever cost it would be to get you back to your ship. I will call you a cab, though.
Yeah, that works.
And he'll call you a cab and tell you basically, you're welcome to whatever's in the fridge.
I'm gonna find a scone, eat the scone, leave some crumbs, walk out.
Leaving scone crumbs.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
classy, but I'm not that classy.
I was gonna say very Hansel and Gretel of you, but
Is there anything valuable looking I can steal?
there's still about a half of that decanter of brandy sitting on the table.
That's a little too big. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Um, as you're walking out the door, the let's get a luck save from you.
For stealing the brandy?
Yep. See if you get
Shouldn't that-
noticed.
Can I do a stealth check first?
Okay, I'll give you a stealth check first. Generally, though, I feel like stealth would be used when you're sneaking around, not whenever you're getting ready to walk out the door and on your way out you're like, "Hey, Brandy."
I mean, uh, I feel like it's way too early in the session to use my reroll, to use my first reroll.
The butler will look up at you and give you this stern look.
And then I'm just gonna casually make it look like I'm pouring myself a glass.
Okay. And
Just just slowly put it down and
do you take the glass with you?
no, I just want to
Uh,
pour barely enough in there to get the bottom of the glass wet and then drink it, put the glass down.
okay. And the butler looks at you again and goes, "Have a good day, sir."
Yeah, 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 whatever.
So you'll walk outside, and the two guard dogs look up at you and then promptly ignore you. The cab is on its way up. You can see it driving up the road. Probably been a couple minutes. You've been standing outside, but not too long. They're fairly prompt in this area of town.
I'm gonna yell to the cabbie, "Go home to Bel Air."
Um, the cabbie will look at you and be like, I don't know where Bel Air is, man.
Bel Air ship works.
Oh, the salvage yard downtown.
Yeah,
Oh, oh, okay.
not
And
everybody knew that.
he'll try.
Fucking yuppies.
Now I have to make that note. Anyway, okay, so here you go making stuff. Okay, made a note. You'll make it to Bella Shipworks in the undermarket, as it may be on Madari. Well, in the city of Madari on planet Madari. And as he drops you off, he's like, "Yeah, that's gonna be 8 credits."
All right, man. I'm gonna throw him 10 because I just feel rich and stuff.
So yeah, toss him 10 credits. Mark it off your character sheet, and you are at Bel Air Shipworks, where your ship has recently been repaired.
I'm gonna walk up to whoever. Just-
Walk up to whoever's at the counter at the inside area.
Yeah,
Yeah. Walk up, and it's the guy who sold you the ship standing there, and he's kind of like, "Ah, you made it back. We've taken care of all your repairs. Now all we have to do is discuss payment."
yeah, about that.
Oh, you'll be
What do
paying.
I uh what do I owe you for this? I feel like this isn't gonna be cheap.
No, your total comes in at 542.5 thousand credits. Lucky for you, we've got a pretty good financing plan for this one because it was a new sale. I can give you one of two options. You can either have 12 months at 46K a month or 9 months at 61K a month.
Kind of interest are you looking at here?
I didn't actually run the percentage. Really, what I did was I divided the number and then basically added 1,000 a month on top.
Holy shit. What was it? 12, 12 at what?
12 at 46, 9 at 61. No, I did not run an actual, like, 3.26% interest over. No, I wasn't going to do that. Just because I know how doesn't mean I want to.
Uh, um, can I use my skill in business to try to convince this guy to go a little bit lower?
Give me a skill check and then tell me what you say. Actually, tell me what you say and then give me a skill check.
How about 12 months at 4,600? That just seems a little almost a little bit outside of my range. That's I'd have to be pulling in pulling in a body a day with that. Uh, I just don't even know if there's that much work out in the sectors or what. But let's do that. How about we meet here? How about we meet about 15 months at 4,000 a month?
15 months at 40. He will do some calculations. So you want to do 15 months at 40 a month?
Yeah, what was was it 46,000 or 4,600?
1,000. 46K, 61K.
Oh shit. That changed. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's 40,000 or 60,000, you know? Yo, 542,500. So 542,500 right now is your total cost. You're definitely long shotting yourself at 15 months at 40.
yeah, hold on. I was uh, uh,
Excuse me. Yep. Oh,
oh wow, that's stupid.
yeah.
Oh God.
How about 15 months
That's
at
not what I
like
wanted.
37?
That's definitely not what I wanted. Let's do okay, I need it to be
As the businessman stands there, he's like, "Are you gonna make me an offer? Or are you just gonna dick around on your compad?"
hold on.
Kids. I knew I should have never done numbers between two engineers.
Uh, how about we do this? How about 18 months at 31,000?
Give me your business roll. Okay, you're not shorting him too much, so he will accept the idea of 18 months at 31K a month.
Mm-hmm.
He will then ask for your compad,
Okay.
program in his number and the account information for you, and tell you that your first payment is due at the end of this month. You can make that payment electronically, from anywhere in this sector. And we'll just have to go through the banking systems, interstellar lines, which money travels faster through interstellar space than you ever could. While we're at it, you got a sheet made up for your uh, Zodiac Mach 2?
I am not with the actual stats and stuff, but I'm making one right now for with the payment and stuff. I can put all the stats and stuff on here.
Okay, well, we're going to take care of the maintenance cost and repair cost and all those kind of things here,
Hmm.
but I will give you a reprieve while you generate that, and I'll do some talking. How does that sound?
Works for me.
Okay, so as you, you know, finish up with the compad, he will also stick out a square compad of his own with a little oval-shaped spot in the bottom right corner and tell you, now all you have to do is sign for this.
I'll review the contract, make sure I'm not getting screwed in any way.
No, it's basically exactly what you said. Very minimal paperwork. Money's more important than lawyers here. As long as you make your payments, he doesn't have to send anybody after you.
I'll just put my thumbprint down on it.
Good call. And as you stick your thumbprint down, you will actually feel a prick. And it took a blood sample from your thumb.
What the fuck was that?
Gotta code your DNA. Makes it easier to find you.
You shady bastard.
Hey, that's how signatures work on Matari. And he'll tell you to follow him, and you guys will walk out into a bay. And sitting on the, main garage floor as you walk out, you will see the Zodiac sitting there. It's a little bit longer than your standard fighter. As far as physical dimensions go, I could BS them, but I'd rather not. Um, on the front, you will see it's. Where's my PDF? Where's my PDF? There it is. You will see the Reaper battery mounted underneath the middle center of the ship. If you can see, yeah, you can see the icon. Your ship is similar to the Roll 20 ship in that you do have a pointed nose with the cockpit in the middle. It's wide enough for your cockpit to actually have two seats side by side. And as you open the hatch and go inside, behind the two cockpit seats, there is actually a glassed-in cage with holes that would be used for the cell. Um, and outside of that, that's all the space you really have inside. There's not a whole hell of a lot of free space in there. You have two interstellar USB ports remaining in the backside of your comm system, or in the backside of your power system, to use as you see fit in the future. And as you sit down, the repair guy will reach into his pocket and toss you a set of keys. And hanging on that set of keys is this strange, small, blue, furry thing with claws.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, comes free with the service.
What is it?
Well, we would think of it as a rabbit's foot, but as for the fact that there don't seem to be very many rabbits around here,
Oh, it's just a little good luck
yeah, a
charm.
little good luck charm, Little fuzzy paw of some critter, and I haven't bothered to make up a critter name, so I'm not going to. But it'll make for stories later along the roads. Um, and I already have explained to you basically everything else that's going on in your ship. So, we're going to take a hot minute here, and we're going to take care of repair cost per hit point and general maintenance, assuming I can find it. Okay, we have a 1.25 scaling on repair costs. So for your fighter to repair 1 hit point, it traditionally would be 500. It'll cost you 625 per hit point lost for repairing that. And then how does maintenance work? Refueling is going to be standard price because it doesn't change the amount for you to buy fuel because it uses standard fuel. So that's 100 credits per spike jump. As far as your ship stores go, your standard replenishing of food, water, whatever, that comes in at 20 credits a day in general. You can tell me that you're scraping by and be burning a little bit less than that, but you also have a large food store on this thing. You've actually got double the standard amount. So, well, you're able to support double the normal crew. So instead of the ship being able to handle you alone for a month, it could handle you alone for 2 months. If that makes sense. So, on average, food would cost you 600 credits a month for just you. Okay, as far as maintenance goes, give me a second to read. Do you have anything you want to say or ask?
Nope.
Okay, so you have 5% of the whole base price each year in maintenance and replacement costs. These cartridges usually happen at the worst possible times, ignoring them, blah, 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 blah. So the base cost for your ship is 500,000. It says 5%, which I'm going to make 6.25%. So in a year, it will be 531,250. We're going to divide that by 12. 44,270 is going to be your maintenance cost per month.
Holy shit.
4427. Yeah, you got to make about 100,000 credits a month.
Holy fuck.
Trust me, you won't just be taking care of bounties, you'll be doing other missions as well, which some will pay more than others. It just depends on what you're dealing with. But owning things is expensive. Also, you can choose to not do your maintenance fees each month.
And then it just increased the chance of something breaking.
Yes. Which is not always good. And I'm assuming I did that right. Yeah, I can expect to spend 5% whole price each year in maintenance and replacement costs. It's exactly what it says. Talks about repairing battle damage, repairing fittings and weapons, which none of those things have come into effect yet. And one of the things this system does struggle with, as far as I've noted, and another GM, Adam Coble, has noted, ships taking damage doesn't seem to make sense because it's an all or nothing system. So whenever you have, your full hit points of 12 hit points, whatever, you are working perfectly. But if you only had 1 hit point, you'd still be working perfectly. I'm going to work on my own system to justify things like that with random die rolls to see what gives out, what penalizes you, to make that make more sense, but I haven't done it yet, so for now we're going to treat it as all or nothing. You've got 1 hit point, you're still flying perfect.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about paying yourself. You don't have a secondary crew member. We took care of operating costs, maintenance cost, and that's it. Um, I don't know if you created the full sheet to give yourself your home port, but your home port technically would be here.
I haven't done that yet, no.
Okay. Well, if you ever fill in that home port line, it's going to be Bellows Shipworks Madari as that.
Okay.
And I think that takes care of all of our bookkeeping. as far as I can tell. So, after looking at all these numbers and realizing how damn expensive this is going to be, what do you want to do?
Uh, I guess I want to go ahead and fire her up. Hey man, did you fill her up?
Oh yeah, she's fully stocked. You paid for it all. Well, maybe not yet, but you will.
Woo-wee. Alrighty, man. Just wanna give it a go and get spinning.
So, you hop into the cockpit, and as you sit down in the captain's chair, or in this case, I don't know, do you want to sit on the right side or the left side?
In this case, the chair.
Well, the problem is there's two chairs. You could sit on either side.
I wanna, I just wanna imagine for now the second chair is just like a fisherman's chair. It just kind of tucks into the wall. With
Okay.
that, it's not really there. So basically, I'm sitting in the middle.
Okay. And it's got a hydraulic system that allows you to slide back and forth between controls as necessary.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll allow it. Um, anyway, as you pop down into the captain's chair, your dashes all begin to light up, and you have a boot up screen, as I would call it, that, you know, pulls out, and it's Omni Megacorp, Zodiac Mach 2. And it will boot up and give you your basic map of the area, general scans and such. And he opens the garage door for you, and you are ready to engage thrusters and drive her out.
And we hit the sky.
So you're just gonna floor it right out the gate.
I didn't say floor it. I'm gonna ease on into it.
Okay,
It's not like riding a bike, you know.
right. You actually should be brand new to flying a starship. So, how about we start things off with a vehicle space check to see if you do anything silly right off the bat.
Uh,
Ooh.
I think I will use my reroll on this one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't rush it out the door or anything crazy, and you scoot it out and turn her and line her up on the runway, and then let her go, and you are off and in the air. Your landing gear retracts automatically whenever you reach a certain number of feet off the ground, and
Hold on, is the rerolls every hour, right?
yes, that's every hour.
Okay, I'm starting a timer
The
for it.
No, it's every hour. Basically, whenever we stop.
I know, but well, I just used it, so we have our next break will be in less than an hour, won't it?
Right, but it's an hour of game time, is what they
Oh,
call it.
is that was not a real time?
It's not, or it's an hour of real time, but I'm going to use it as an hour of us playing. So each section that we play, I'm going to let you use it again. Because I
Oh, okay.
honestly don't want to have to keep up with, we've been on for 35 minutes, so at an hour and 35 minutes it restarts. Fuck that
That's what
noise.
that's what Siri's for.
Yeah, no, fuck that noise. Whenever we take a break, if you have used it, then it reboots, and if you haven't used it, it is lost. And then don't forget about your heroic skill check, which you can replace once per session to replace any roll with a 12. So, you have taken off into the sky. You fly up over Madari City, and you can definitely tell the difference in the lower market area versus the upper market. The upper market, think of it as like New York City almost. And something you didn't really notice previously, but as you reach into the air, the area down from the hills that the upper market is on seems to be a what's the word? Like crater type shape
Hmm.
that's full of trash and things like that. That it hasn't really filled up quite yet, and the city is partially surrounded by water. So it's a lot like New York City,
Hmm.
where there's a major city district surrounded by water, except for it still has the lower district as well as the, Hollywood Hills like housing all on the same basic island on the planet. And as you traverse over the waters, off in the distance you can see a couple other cities and some desert and some forest and such as you begin to cruise around the planet. What's your intention here? Where are you going? How far do you want to travel? Are you just scouting out the world?
I kind of just want to just get a good feel for the ship, so I'm just gonna kind of just fly around lower atmosphere.
Okay, test her out, give her a good
Hmm.
run. Okay, so you'll fly around basically the majority of the planet over the series of about 8 or so hours. You will manage to traverse the entire circumference of this planet. You'll note that it has pretty much four major cities on it. It's got basically every kind of landscape you could look for. It's got the swamplands to go with the forest, to go with the desert, to go with the mountains. It's basically all around a pretty solid planet. And then you will make it back and you will see Madari City in your overhead called out as you begin to approach once again.
All right, and then I guess I just want to just take her up to space.
And you change your trajectory and open up your thrusters a little bit, and she rips and roars right on out of the atmosphere. No questions asked. You didn't have any heat warnings or anything like that on your way out. And you are now in the void that is space.
The final frontier.
About the time you leave the atmosphere, your comm on the dash of the Zodiac will ding with a message from Bel Air Shipworks.
Go ahead and answer it.
As you open comms, the repairman will be like, "Pretty good girl. Made it around the planet in what? 6 hours? 8 hours? Hell of a machine."
God, you really can track me, can't you?
Uh, have to. Money's everything here.
I thought we were friends, man. I thought we were friends.
I will stop following you the second you paid up. And don't
Yeah, I
forget,
guess.
you're more than welcome to pay in advance.
Yeah, speaking of paying, you know anybody looking for somebody to do some jobs for them?
Are you telling me you haven't hit the bounty board for a bounty hunter? I know
I
there's.
mean, I could, or I could just ask you.
That's true. Well, if you're planning on staying on planet and coming back into the atmosphere, I know that them SciTech guys over in the upper market have a missing person they're looking for, and they're offering a fair chunk for it. Let me send you that, and you'll have a blip on your display, and it should read something like that.
Hmm. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you looking out. Uh, just stop tracking me. It's creepy. Just don't pop in like this. It really kind of freaks me out.
I'll make you a deal. You don't miss a payment, and I won't visit you unless I can tell you, old girl needs a lot of work. I might even offer you a deal if you're making your payments a little bit ahead of time.
Hey, that sounds like a plan.
And, he'll give you a tip of his hat, and it's a nice little red trucker hat, and duck out.
Okay, and I want to guess I'll go back down to the go back down and land at Bel Air, my little dock there, and check check out the bounty board on the old compad because flying and checking your compad is dangerous.
It definitely is dangerous. Um, as you open up your compad, you have a little cowboy hat icon, and it has a little one underneath it. And as you click on it, you will get a new bounty, like so. You do understand my system for my bounties and descriptions and crap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as you got it, then I don't really care what the interwebs has to say about it.
So this thing, hold on. So this drive can do. I have a level 2 drive.
You have a level 2 drive.
Okay, and that lets me get how many? It's one hex in 3 days, right? Or 4 days?
Yeah, interstellar travel is halved. So you could make it from where you are to Soba, Sector 104 in 6 days with 2 jumps. Also, in the case of being in a rush, you can bump the number of hexes you travel uh, while also increasing the difficulty of the jump.
Okay. I don't have Wait, I do have navigation, don't I?
You
I have
should.
navigation. I have to have navigation.
Yeah. And you'll have to give me a navigation and a piloting check.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna thumb myself in for accepting the SOBA job.
Okay. And you're gonna make the jumps and head towards Soba?
Yeah, after I save all these notes on my compad.
Probably a good idea. Okay, so we are ready for our first jump. Give me just a minute while you make notes. I will work on getting to my rules for interstellar travel. And for everyone out there, I have read the book a grand total of 1 time, and needless to say, it's always a good reference. So that's a failed navigation check. That's that. Actually, I think piloting checks are only used for evasive maneuver type things and using stealth mode. Yeah, evading a detection lock, scanning a detection. As far as setting a course go, yeah, go ahead.
So it's all just navigation.
Give me a minute to read it and I'll confirm. See here, so that would make it a difficulty 8 for that. Base nav skills 1 plus 1 for her intelligence. Assuming all goes well in 8 days, 24 hours to reach the outer rim. Yeah, yeah. Navigation's all you need. You basically set a course and plot it, and then you make your jump. Um, Once again, you'll be having to stay awake for 3 days straight at this point. So we will have one. We will have a. You'll make your initial skill check for your navigation. You will make a skill check for staying awake 1 time. And if you make both those with flying colors, you will make it there without a problem.
Okay.
Also note, because you have a drive 2, you could actually jump 2 hexes, but you'd have to stay awake for the full 6 days, which will require an additional do I pass the fuck out check. Technical terms, you know.
I feel like anybody would pass out after 6 days.
Just depends on who you are and what drugs you're on.
That is true. Fuck, 60% treasure rate. So yeah, let's get on going.
So
I'm gonna
you're heading
download the star maps and well, let's see. If his last known location was Astrid 5 days ago,
correct.
and they think he's going to Soba, how much how much life do I actually have in this life support do I have?
You should have your full 2 months at this point.
It's 2 months of 60 days of life support.
60 days of life support, yeah.
Okay.
And he is leaving Astrid, which is on 201, heading for Soba. You don't know what kind of ship he has, but if he has any less than 3 jump cells, he's gonna have to either stop at Sector 201 where you're at, or he's gonna have to go through Sector 0003, Benny Sauter. If you were trying to guess where he's gonna show up.
Okay. I'm assuming he left 201 with full fuel. Uh, I'm gonna do my my interwebs check and see if I can look up any information on the alias Dragon Tattoo.
Okay.
Or is that his alias or is that just
No,
what he?
that's a descriptor. His known name is Deckard.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
Yeah, known as descriptive things that you know of.
Oh, okay.
Next to the bounty name is his actual name.
Yeah, okay. In that case, I wanna run a search cross-referencing Deckard and Dragon Tattoo.
Okay. So which skill are you gonna use?
My handy dandy criminal underworld skills, duh.
Okay, so you're gonna check into the criminal underworld. Are you asking people around, like here, or are you just trying to hit up like known sites and forums and stuff like that?
I'm gonna hit up, the old back doors of Craigslist.
The Craig's back door. Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go knock on Craig's back door
I hear there's a whole section for that. But
with
okay,
my probe.
with your
With my
pro.
probe.
Okay. Okay, we're getting a little offhand.
Ah,
Okay,
10.
you you do manage to pick up a couple minor things in addition. Um, you know that he was headed to Sector 202 when he left Astrid, based on a hidden report by the police who were chasing him at the time. And they lost him in interstellar space. They didn't chart exactly the same course he did as far as their record shows, and were unable to keep up. Not to mention, as far as you are aware of, there are no interstellar police officers. Your jurisdiction is your sector, and that's it. Or your hex, whatever you want to call it. So he was headed for 202. Um, Also, there is a note about the explosive charges he is carrying. They are known to be highly unstable. And in the quantities that he has stolen, which is still a blacked out number on this report you have, in high enough quantities, he could destroy a planet with the amount of explosive he could have.
Holy shit. And this guy's only worth 18,000?
Well,
That's
technically.
I'm just thinking that to myself. Just like,
Oh, okay.
who
I
the
was gonna
fuck
say,
is putting this bounty out there?
depending on how many canisters you retrieve, though, he could be worth quite a lot more.
Okay. So I have enough for how many jumps?
Ooh, that's a solid question. I generally would assume three,
Okay.
but I don't know if making a half jump, because it would only take you 3 days, would only use half of one, and we could consider it six. We're coming up on an hour here, so why don't we cut it off here? We will look into how many jump cells you are allowed to have because of a drive 2, and we will come back here in just a minute.
Okay.
And we're off.